it's beautiful out, of course, but I noticed, like the beach is like deserted. Like it's like nobody around. Literally, it's like a ghost town right now because I guess all of the foreigners, all of the Swedes, because there are tons of Swedes down here who come to vacation here, they're all gone. And so like there's nobody here. Like literally, I walked down close to where I work out, but I just had to return a blanket that one of the waitresses had loaned me like nights ago. But anyways, it's so funny because it's so weird. I'm like, there's like nobody around. Even the vendors, these guys who sell stuff on the boardwalk, they must know that all the tourists either left yesterday or they left this morning. And so, knock on wood, we get to leave tonight. So I'm just soaking in a little bit of sun before heading back to the apartment. Yeah, last night we had like a ball in Alicante. Hi guys, how you doing? Hi Isha, girl, I miss you. How you doing? Oh my god, I haven't seen you forever. Have you been sick? Hi, Boomer Supercharged. Hello. Yeah, yo, okay, so last night there's this city called Alicante. It's like 2 hours away from here. Oh my god, guys, when I tell you, just like the city, I always love Alicante, but for some reason, like it was extra last night. We got there. I don't know if you guys were on my live yesterday. It was drama yesterday, like on the bus with Top on, and my husband just, it was a disaster yesterday. Anyways, we finally got him somewhere where we got him like washed up, cleaned up. We went into like what is it called? El Carte Inglés, I think. And we got him like a really nice designer outfit, you know, nice pants, nice top, whatever, because well, we needed it after that disaster. It was crazy. If you guys were on my live, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, after all of that, so we took a really nice romantic walk through the city, like pretty much late into the night, and then we found this really nice outdoor restaurant where we had well, I had some water. I didn't really feel like having coffee anymore, too much coffee, and you know, the celebrations are over, so like my favorite drink like champagne or 43, I only do that on occasion, so I didn't have any alcohol or anything because I'm not a drinker. It's just that, you know, we were on vacation and we wanted to celebrate, so I had a few drinks or whatever during the vacation time, but just a few, nothing major like everybody else. But why do I feel guilty about that? Yo, wait a minute. You know what it is, guys? It's because I never had alcohol. Like, I don't drink. I never drink. And it's only when I met Stefan in 2012, when I came to Sweden, he's like, well, let's go to the restaurant. He's like, well, you can't eat fish without wine. I'm like, I don't like wine. I don't like anything. I don't like any alcohol. And then I resisted for like 2 years, whatever. So in 2015, I think I took my first sip of champagne or something, right? Because I'm just, like I said, that's not my thing. Drinking and smoking, that's not my thing. I don't do that. I still don't smoke. I don't do that. Anyways, and also I think the guilt comes from being a Catholic. I was a hardcore Catholic. I mean, I'm not religious or anything, but I like being Roman Catholic. Anyways, shout out to all my Roman Catholics out there. You know how it is. We have all this guilt for all types of stupid reasons. And I'm moving on 55 and I still got this guilt. So I'm like, oh my god, whatever. Yeah, alright, so Alicante, back to Alicante. It's so beautiful. I will post, I have so many videos to post on Stefan's like dinners that he made. Like, this man should really be on MasterChef Sverige. I mean, my husband has two major talents that I'm like upset because he doesn't capitalize on these talents. The first thing is his cooking. The man can cook like a master chef. I kid you not, guys. People who know Stefan know he just goes all out, and like his meals and his dinners and his breakfast and his lunch, it's all like all top notch, like Michelin level and then some, you know. Oh shit. Anyways, shit. Oh, you better not stop talking to me. Why is it everywhere I go shit happens? Oh, I can't. It's crazy. Anyways, you move on. Yeah. So he cooked so well, and I'm like, honey, do something with it. He's like, oh, I already cook for you and for loved ones. I'm like, okay. I mean, if I were his agent, I would totally market my husband. He would be making millions right now just from his cooking, but you know, whatever. That's for another season. The second talent that he has is his writing. My husband writes like a journalist, like top-notch journalist. And when he writes, it's like this story. It's like story time. Dude, you see me on my camera. What the hell are you trying to step to me for? Who are these people, yo? Jesus. Anyways, back to it. Like, he writes. His writing, I mean, I swear, like, if I could even write a fourth of the way he writes, I'd be so happy. And he just won't do anything with it. At least write a book. You know, I'm no author, I'm no writer or whatever, but at least I wrote a book, you know, and I made a lot of money from my book, you know, and I'm not a writer, you know. People, I just knew that I had a story to tell about my life, and I wrote about it because I knew that there were so many women, I would say so many men and women out there who could, you know, see themselves in me and in my story and can sympathize, empathize, and I wanted to share my message so that I can help others, right? And the same for my husband, but he has a great life, by the way. His life is like, he's very privileged white man. But I think that as a white man, he has other attributes to him that, you know, make him very like universal, you know, very attractive to everybody of all colors, you know, and he has so much to offer, and he doesn't apply himself. Like, you know, his writing is like, God. I don't know, it upsets me because his cooking and his writing can make this man millions of dollars, like literally millions. If he were in the United States, I mean, I know some agent would just grab him, you know. And it upsets me. Like 2022, I want my husband to really hone in on his talents, but he's just at 63 now. He's not like pushing himself, and that makes me mad. He's like, don't worry about me, I'm good. I'm like, I know you're good, but you can be better, darling. Okay, whatever. That was my rant. So last night at Alicante, we were talking about that at the restaurant, and I was like, babe, come on. And all of a sudden, y'all, this really drunk guy, like, there's a lot of drunk old men in the old town and in Alicante too. They're all over. But this is Spain. What do you want? And he walks over to my table and he goes, hola guapa, you know, guapa que tal? And I'm like, yo, homie, you see me, I'm with mi man, my husband, right? I don't know, I don't speak Swedish in Stockholm, but I find myself speaking Swedish here. That's really weird. So crazy, right? All right, I know, crazy. And he's like, and he turned to my husband, he's like, you know, mucho guapa. And I'm like, okay, gracias, senor. Now get the hell out. Like, I'm talking to my husband right now. And he puts out his hand. He's like, you know, can I kiss your hand? I'm like, yo, dude, back up. I'm like, you know, he's like, ¿Cómo estás? I'm like, yo, look, amigo, do behavior, go. He's like, what? I'm like, exactly, get the fuck out. Excuse my French, y'all, I'm sorry to all my students for l'autre mai. But I was like, move, get out of here. I'm talking something serious to my husband. So he's like, okay, I'm hungry, you know, conmigo, or something like that. Comida. I was like, okay. I will share my nuts with you. I had like a bowl of nuts there, so I gave him some nuts, and he's like, gracias. I'm like, get out of here, man. I'm talking to my husband. This is some serious stuff right here. I'm talking business. Money. All right, my husband is a money maker. This is the thing. Like, okay, I'm back to that again. I'm like, if you have a talent, guys, if you have a talent, don't sleep on that talent. Make use of that talent. Share your talent with the world. Enrich other people's lives. Do other things that would make other people's lives better, and then you make money at the same time too. Like, be an entrepreneur like I am. My husband's like, yo, that's the American way. I'm like, no. Most Swedes that I know here, well, in Sweden, they have their own company. It's all about being an entrepreneur. But anyways, let's get back to Alicante. So the old man goes, and I'm like, my husband's like, I don't know, you attract everybody, like all types of people. Vagabonds everywhere. I'm like, I don't know. There must be something about me that attracts all sorts of people around me. Whatever. And then we were talking, right? I think it was close to midnight. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, this unnatural wind gust oh my god, it just blew. Like, literally, my husband literally almost fell off his chair. Me too. I was like, the wind was so strong last night. I'm out of nowhere. Like, this is Spain, y'all, right? This felt like tornado wind. Now, I've felt this back in New York once or twice before, when we had like a major hurricane years ago in New York. I mean, we had like a major hurricane. It like demolished so many parts in Long Island. I'm talking about those kind of winds. Cars flew up in the air, all sorts of things, right? At that time, I had my gym in a city called Baldwin, Lucy Beach Jumping Fun in Baldwin. And the thing is, my gym, we had like glass windows all around, like huge glass windows. And what happened was, a lot of the businesses in that area, their windows shattered, because the wind just blew, like, it shattered all, like, the businesses were like done, like. And I remember the morning after, my then boyfriend, you know, Dion, and I, we drove to the gym, and oh my god, thank god our windows were intact, because the 2 nights before we had put tape on the insides of the windows. We kind of insulated it. So we had some damage, some water damage, but for the most part our glass was okay. But that kind of wind is what I'm talking about. It's like pressurized wind, the kind of wind that will just like lift up a car and, like, you know. So that's what happened last night. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, let me tell you something. Even now, there's a lot of like it's pretty windy out here. It's pretty windy. So if you got wigs and weaves, y'all better pin those things down or sew it in, because this wind's about to do some damage, and girls, you don't want to look bad out here. You know what I'm saying? My husband was laughing last night. He's like, ooh. I'm like, don't worry, I'm secured. Yeah, so so it was very scary, because we weren't even by the ocean last night, and this wind, everybody was like, where did this wind come from? It was supernatural, y'all. It was crazy wind from nowhere. So it got worse and it got worse and worse and worse. Like, and then it was like midnight, I don't know, maybe 12:15, whatever. We're like, okay. We took our nice walk in the city. So beautiful, guys. Their Christmas decorations are like top notch. I mean, they have like the New Year's stuff going on. Just beautiful city. Just nice. And then the shopping is like, oh geez, I just couldn't. It was so good last night. But yeah, the reason why I'm bringing up this wind thing is because, guys, climate change, if you guys don't believe in that, I don't know what you're thinking. It's some major stuff going on in Mother Earth right now. We have to take that seriously, because we're living in some crazy times right now. I mean, it's so scary. Like last night, my husband and I were sitting there. We're like, what just happened? I'm like, I don't know. But this feels really weird, yo. So we're like, are we taking a bus home? I'm like, no, it's like, by that time it was like